So you dig the houses, now what? You gotta have the amenities too, right? So today on this video, we're gonna explore everything, well not everything, but most of everything that you can do in Blue Springs, Missouri. We're gonna do that right after the intro. Welcome back everybody, I'm Ben Miller, and the mass migration from all across the country is happening. People are moving out of the West Coast, East Coast, and everywhere in between. And if Kansas City or Kansas City adjacent is on your list of places that you might consider moving, well, then you're on the right channel. I'm gonna show you everything inside and out, all the things you wanna see, all the things you wanna hear, none of the bad stuff, all the good stuff, well, maybe some of the bad stuff, right here on Wrestling with Real Estate. So if you like what I'm doing, click that like and subscribe button. We are day 2 into our exploration of Blue Springs, Missouri. And I am at Bur Oak Woods Conservation Area. And today, there's nothing I like better than to do a little heart pumping activity at the beginning of the day. So I'm gonna go on the Bethany Falls Trail. Now, Bur Oak Woods Conservation Area was rated #1 thing to do in Blue Springs, Missouri by Travel Advisor. And so far, I can definitely see why. Now, I wasn't expecting to take a hike today. No better time than the present. It's a beautiful summer day. And I love getting that activity in the morning and really setting me straight for the rest of my day. Bur Oak Woods Conservation Area is over 1,000 acres, has limestone bluffs, has prairie land to look at, a bunch of hiking trails, education area for children, an interactive exhibit, all this other kind of stuff. It's a really cool place, and it's actually the first time I've been here. So I'm really excited to hit the trail, show you guys all around here, and we'll be back to wrap it up in just a minute. Let's go hit a trail. Nothing like a nice little walk and hike to start off your day. 1.5 miles in and back. Well, I'm a little bit into the hike and there's a guy singing. Let's see if we can hear him. Singing about some oak trees or something. I mean, it's pretty nice. It's welcome to Missouri, baby. It always makes me laugh that people think that Missouri is flat and brown and pretty ugly when, I mean, if you look around me, nothing could be further from the truth, right? So I will tell you, I mean, these limestone bluffs are absolutely incredible, but I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful area, but one thing that's kind of driving me a little bit batty is the fact that you can hear a good amount of traffic from, I don't know which freeway that is. Takes you out of the moment, kind of. You know, when you're hiking, you kind of want to get away from all that noise, and a little bit of that noise is to be expected, but you know, I'm just being nitpicky. I'm also letting you guys know what to expect. It's my job here on Wrestling with Real Estate. Almost done with the hike. Let's get back to it. When I think about the Midwest, even before I moved here, and now that I'm here, one thing's for sure, I think about beautiful prairie like that, which you just saw. Trees are great and everything, but ain't nothing quite like beautiful wide open prairie. We're done here at Bur Oak Woods Why is that so hard for me to say? Bur Oak Woods Conservation Area. Smashed that trail in literally no time flat. You saw all the nice footage that I grabbed for you on the trail. I gotta tell you, being my first time here, it's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful hike. And don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like what I'm doing and you like that footage that you just saw. And if you are thinking about Blue Springs or any other place in the Kansas City metro area, I'm your guy. Hit me up at area code 661-236-9055. This is just the beginning of our adventure on what to do here in Blue Springs, and we started right there at the top of the list. Like I said, a lot of places rank Bur Oak Woods Conservation Area as one of the best places to go in Blue Springs. So let's go check out some of the other nature, some of the other sights and sounds and things to do right here in Blue Springs. I was on the way to Blue Springs Lake and Lake Jacomo, because we're showing you the sights and sounds and the things to do here in Blue Springs, Missouri. Now, I consider myself a little bit of a foodie. I consider myself a little bit of a foodie. So I was like, man, it's lunchtime, but I'm gonna wait until we get to historic downtown Blue Springs, because, you know, quite frankly, there's more restaurants, things like that, local restaurants to choose from. You know, we could go to a million different chain places, have all the different chain shops and restaurants and all that kind of stuff here in Blue Springs, but I like the local establishments, the places with local flair. So I'm on my way to Blue Springs Lake to shoot some footage for you guys out there. My stomach starts growling. I got a hankering for some food. So I saw a place called the Royal Biscuit. Apparently this place is supposed to be great. I've heard from a lot of people only serve breakfast and lunch. And like I said, I consider myself a little bit of a foodie. I mean, I'm not a food critic or anything like that, but I also like a good greasy spoon restaurant. So let's go in and check out the Royal Biscuit. Well, I just got through eating at the Royal Biscuit. I hate taking videos inside because it makes me feel like I'm trying to be an Instagram influencer, which I see more and more of girls like, oh my God, and they're taking pictures everywhere. It's just kind of annoying. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that annoying to people. So the food was okay. It was pretty good. But the reason why I'm talking to you is because obviously the Royal Biscuit is known for their biscuits. Now, I try to eat relatively healthy most of the time. So I had some chicken wrap and it was okay. Greasy spoon, kind of friendly staff. They were playing Christian music really loud, and I'm a believer, but I don't care for that type of Christian music too much. But anyways, so I decided to get a biscuit because I didn't want to get like a biscuit like for breakfast or whatever or lunch. So I got the Royal Biscuit. Now the Royal Biscuit itself, or I think it's called the Royal Biscuit, looks like this. So that is a biscuit covered in caramelized brown sugar and cinnamon and icing. So now I am a big cinnamon roll fan, so this should be interesting. I'm not gonna eat this whole thing, but I had to try it. It's a cinnamon roll, but a biscuit. So let's try it. Cinnamon roll biscuit. It is so sugary. I think I have diabetes now. That is strange, but somehow pretty decent. I don't know if I should continue eating it or if I should throw it out the window, drive away, and pretend like I never got it. One, because obviously it's a biscuit that's coated in cinnamon roll stuff. It can't be the healthiest thing in the world. My body's probably gonna shut down here in a minute. But I can't decide if I really love it or if I just want to just hang myself because it's so weird. So one more bite then, and then we'll put it away. I don't know, guys. So anyways, Royal Biscuit. Josh, I guess we're gonna give it a rating. Let's give it a rating. What the hell, for fun, right? Funsies. I'm gonna give, on a scale from 1 to 5, Hulk Hogan big boots. So put the picture of Hulk Hogan, give him the big boot. Scale from 1 to 5, 5 being legendary place to eat, 1 being stay away from this place. I'll give it a 3.5. Now this biscuit, I don't know. I mean, if you come back to me in a couple hours and I'm comatose on the side of the road somewhere after showing you guys Blue Springs and Jacomo Lake, then you know that this caused it. Let's take a look at Blue Springs Lake and Lake Jacomo. Bye, biscuit. All right, well, here we are on the sandy shores of Blue Springs Lake. Man, Blue Springs Lake is a 700-acre lake that a lot of people from all of the Kansas City metro come to do water skiing, jet skiing, inner tubing, that kind of stuff. Because like I said, a lot of what we do here in Kansas City, especially weather permitting during the summer, all that kind of stuff, is we try to cool off and get to the lakes as much as possible, especially considering that we're landlocked here in Kansas City. And Blue Springs Lake, I mean, I recently discovered Blue Springs Lake. I usually go to Longview Lake or another lake that was closer to my house, but Blue Springs is absolutely a beautiful lake. Now you also have neighboring Lake Jacomo that's over 960 acres of lake, and that lake is almost just as beautiful. But the thing is about Lake Jacomo is it has power restrictions on the lake, so you cannot get anything over, I believe, 25 horsepower on Lake Jacomo. So that eliminates your jet skiing, your water skiing, your boating, all that kind of stuff. Just small watercraft only, which is unusual because it is actually a much larger lake than right here on Blue Springs Lake. Wow, look at that. Sorry, the monarchs are in full effect here. That was insane. And there was a bunch of monarch butterflies around here, and they're all throughout Fleming Park. But Fleming Park, the larger park that Blue Springs Lake is a part of, is over 7,000 acres. You have picnic areas, trails, anything you could want to do and bring the family. Blue Springs Lake could be the spot for you. We don't have a lot of the frills of like a larger, for us that don't want to drive into the city, because I kind of live in this general area. We rely on a lot of outdoor activities to get us through, to pass time, to keep us in shape, to not be bored all the time inside of our houses. So that's why outdoor activities are so important to people. The Blue Springs, Lee Summit, and all the outlying areas that aren't generally super close to the city. You got Lake Jacomo, you have Blue Springs Lake. Houses are available near Fleming Park, kind of like the one I showed you in part 1 of this video, which is all about the houses of Blue Springs. And now we're gonna get to the heart of the matter, and we're gonna actually go to downtown historic Blue Springs, check out some of the shops and restaurants and some of the other amenities that they have going on down there. Let's take one last look at Blue Springs, and we'll see you on the other side. All right, here we are right on the outskirts of downtown Blue Springs, Missouri. You know me, I'm a sucker for a quaint, I always use the word quaint, it drives me crazy. I'm a sucker for small town America downtown, let's call it that. I'm eliminating quaint from my vocabulary. But downtown Blue Springs, Missouri is really something special. It's small, but boy does it pack a punch. I'm right across from East 40 Brewing right now, which is kind of like the beginning of downtown Blue Springs. Back there, which is truly the beginning, is Genevieves Home and Handmade. And we are going to talk to the owner, Pam, here in a little bit, and she'll tell you all about not only her shop, but a little bit about what makes downtown Blue Springs so special. Downtown Alive is the 501, I believe it's a 501c3 that Pam is a part of, the owner of Genevieve's Home and Handmade, that are dedicated to revitalizing downtown Blue Springs, Missouri. And I love when people get involved and want to make their downtown better. Hey, Raytown, pay attention. With that being said, I'm going to take a walk around downtown Blue Springs here. You get to see some of the shops, East 40 Brewing. Let's take a look at what downtown Blue Springs has to offer. All right, I am here at Genevieve's Home and Handmade right here in downtown, at the beginning, right, of downtown Blue Springs, Missouri. And I'm here with the owner, Pam.
Yes.
And we're gonna take a quick little stroll around. There's a dog at the door.
I know that's my dog. We might have to.
Hey, bring the dog in. Bring
our shop dog.
They bring the dog in.
Baxter.
Let's go. And what's the dog's name?
Baxter.
Baxter. All right, Baxter, you're coming in the shot now, so we don't edit here.
Come here.
All right, so Pam, go ahead and tell us a little bit about the shop here,
yes.
A little bit about downtown Blue Springs, and then take us around the shop.
So we opened in 2012, so we're getting ready to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. And we've got a mixture of about 40 local artists. And we do vintage, we go to flea markets, estate sales, and look for items there. And we have women's apparel and gift items. So, and that's what we carry. So
nice.
There's lots to look at.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, take us around the shop. Just show us what we got.
Okay.
All right.
We've got lots of like accessories, women's accessories, purses, billfolds, things like that. Lots
Now, real quick, I'm
yeah.
going back here, Ben. All right.
Okay.
So where do you get most of your, do you just order things that you know are in fashion or in season, or?
Yes,
Okay.
we do that. And I usually go to Dallas apparel market, different apparel markets and gift
Okay.
markets. So I sometimes drive to Dallas so I can go to vintage places on the way, antique stores on the way.
Okay. You sound like my wife, but that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
And then we have lots of local artists, like this
Okay.
is a local artist. This is a really good one that's been with us from the beginning. Her name's Cheryl.
And that's
She does
her
the
profile right there?
Uh-huh. And
Okay.
she does the key fobs and all
Oh,
of these
nice.
items. And yeah, so it's really good. There's
Okay.
another little area. So our artists are just throughout the store, all throughout the store, wherever it looks best.
And you said
They
there's
make
over
things.
40 of them?
Yeah, over
Okay.
40 artists.
Okay.
And then back here are some of the kids' items. We have baby and kids' items.
Baxter's
Hey,
back.
Baxter, here's the shop.
Yeah,
Dog
the shop.
Baxter. He makes deliveries with me. We have an online store, actually.
Okay, what's the
And
store?
It's Genevieve'sHome.com.
Okay.
And we started that during COVID, and so we do free delivery within 20 miles. Baxter and I deliver it to you.
Now, if someone
Or
from
we
out
can
of
ship. Yeah,
okay,
we ship.
all right.
Yep. And it's a flat rate ship. So
flat rate
$3.
ship. Okay.
Yep.
And so this is
So
another
we have
local.
baby items. We love baby and kid items. Lots of books and gift items for babies. We love these little mice. These are Malay mice, and they're so sweet. They're in matchboxes, so they go to sleep there. And they're really sweet.
That is cool.
More artist items, coasters. These are really popular. They're made out
Local
of Blue
coasters?
Springs. Local person, one of my good friends. Coasters to Coasters is the name of it.
That's awesome. It's clever. I
Yeah.
love it.
Lots of journaling items and book. This is our little book nook. All local artists or authors
wow.
from Blue Springs.
That's awesome.
I know, it is awesome. I'm so proud to have them in the store. And then we come in the kitchen. There's kitchen items, local jams and jellies, and barbecue sauce, honey.
Local barbecue sauce?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Soap. This is all soap, which is really popular too.
Awesome. Okay.
And then we have our, just lots of kitchen items too, and gift type items. Things for the kitchen, like charcuterie is a big popular thing now, so lots of things to put those boards together.
Oh yeah, we have a couple of those
Yeah.
boards at home,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
So the kitchen's pretty cool, and the house is, we're so glad we have the house to have the store in because it just fits it perfect.
It does. It really
I
does.
really like it. It's a good way to display things.
Absolutely.
And then we have apparel, and that's a really big seller too. So we have apparel and accessories, more purses and things like that, and jewelry. And that's the store.
That's the store. All right. And you guys, you're celebrating your 10-year anniversary.
Next month.
Tell us the web address one more time.
It's GenevievesHome.com.
GenevievesHome.com. And one last question: what makes Blue Springs, downtown Blue Springs, or Blue Springs in general, so special?
Well, we love downtown. We used to be on 7 Highway, the main drag. We moved downtown in 2013, and it's just more homey, and people love to be downtown, love to walk around downtown. We have Scout Coffee right next door. We have East 40 Brewery and Brewers. It's just really fun, and it's like a little community. So
Nice.
we love it.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
Pam. I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and put a bow on this episode of Wrestling with Real Estate. So what is there to do in Blue Springs? You saw the quaint or nice historic downtown district. You know, the shops and there's not a lot of restaurants out here, but you know, the shops, the breweries, things to do, the coffee shop, you know, all the different things that they have going on in historic downtown Blue Springs. Other parts of Blue Springs, of course, have, you know, interesting things sprinkled in here and there, but they also have all the mainstream restaurants, all the mainstream chain stores, that kind of stuff. So it's not just limited to the historic downtown district as far as shopping goes. Now, restaurants, like really good, like local restaurants, you're not gonna find a lot of that in this area, and that's why you're probably gonna have to drive to some place like Lee Summit or drive into Kansas City proper. A thing that's really attractive about, or something that obviously has featured in this video that people like to do out here, it's very nature oriented out here. Took you to Bur Oak Woods conservation area where you have the interactive nature center, you have all those trails, things to do. You have the 3 different lakes, Lake Remembrance, Blue Springs Lake, and Lake Jacomo to get all your lake activities taken care of. And you also have, you know, other things to do, family entertainment that's a little bit localized. You have Miller's Theaters, I believe it's called, which shares last name with me, which is a local theater that a lot of families like to go to. You have Lunar Bowling, which is a cosmic bowling themed restaurant and bar that's super huge, and they have a big like circular, almost like it looks like I guess like a UFO in the middle of it. That is a pretty fun and entertaining place to grab a cocktail. So you have little places like that all sprinkled in. Something that's interesting about downtown Blue Springs that I forgot to mention, or the historic downtown area, is that every Friday night they do a classic car cruise down the boulevard here, or Main Street. So that would be something that you could take the family to. Some of the local like East 40 Brewing, where I just had that delicious beer, they have comedy nights, they have trivia, they have things for you to do with you and your friends, and not so much a family environment, but definitely some place where you could hang out with your wife, your partner, your spouse, and a couple of your friends. So with a variety of activities to do, not only here in historic downtown Blue Springs, but of course all across the Blue Springs region, and you're super close to Lee Summit, and you're kind of close to Independence, and you can drive in the city, still into the city in 25 minutes. Blue Springs for entertainment is actually a pretty decent choice. You just got to kind of like the slower pace of life and be willing to make the drive if you want to go somewhere fancy. If you want the inside scoop on Blue Springs, living here, working here, anything else, give me a phone call at area code 661-236-9055, or you can text me at the same number. Don't forget to hit the subscription notification bell and thumbs up this video. Smash that like button. Make sure the YouTube algorithm knows that you enjoy the content that I'm producing, because next week I'm going to be breaking down this video and the previous video about the housing, about things to do in Blue Springs, and I'm going to go over the crime rates, school ratings, all the kind of minutia, all the little details that some of you are really into and some of you really want to know. And that'll be a studio video that'll educate you guys on everything Blue Springs. So if you want to relocate, if you're part of the mass relocation happening from all across the country, again, give me a text, give me a phone call. I respond personally to everything. And you can also email me at wrestlingwithrealestate@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Pam from Genevieves for being so inviting and so gracious and filling us in just a little bit about downtown Blue Springs. I'm Ben Miller. I'm putting the real back in real estate, and we'll see you next time on Wrestling with Real Estate here in Kansas City, brother.